We're here. She's back. What's up, you guys? Thank you for coming back to my channel for another awesome video. Okay, so for today's video, this is an extension of my Valentine's Day video. So I made a post and I asked you guys, what is the worst date you've ever been on? So we're gonna be reading these and reacting as authentically as we can. So, can I just blow this post up? Like, how do I do that?
Shit, that's good. Shit, that's fresh.
Alright, should we just read randomly? Mm-hmm. Alright, so this is from Lauren. Okay. Sound it out. This is pressure. Do you want to read it?
I'm chewing.
Okay, so from Lauren. Went to an ice cream shop and the guy kept staring at my ass while there was little kids running around. It was so awkward and uncomfortable, so I texted Danielle and made her pretend that there was a family emergency and I left.
Yo, do you think he knew? Like, she was like, there's an emergency, I gotta go. He was like, the f there it is.
Honestly, I don't think so.
I feel like I would know.
I think I feel like I would know.
I feel like I would know. Like, if I want a date and you're like, there's an emergency, I have to go.
Honestly, I'd be like, oh my god, their cat died. I'd be like, their cat died on our date, but we're rescheduling. 100%.
Would you leave a date if your cat died?
Yeah, but I don't have a cat. I have dogs.
If I had a dog, yeah, I would peace.
Yeah.
If it was a dog, I'd be scared I would start crying, so I'd be like, I gotta go.
Honestly, yeah, I'd be like,
I have a dog forever.
I'd be like, my dog passed away, kiss me.
That one doesn't look funny. She goes, I didn't.
Wait, I was gonna say read that one.
Do you want me to read it?
Well, I don't care.
Alright, you got it.
Alright, this is from Danielle. She goes, I didn't know he had braces and he forced me to kiss him across the table. He kept trying to get me to go home with him and I kept telling him no and he wouldn't listen. So I made him pull over and I pretended to vomit behind his car.
Wow.
Yo, it's commitment. Like, what came out? Like,
Yeah,
did he
like-
look and see there was nothing on the ground? Ew, ew. He agreed to drop me off and kept texting me for months after, even though I didn't answer him after that date.
Oh, bitch!
Yo, some people like when, I mean, not to say I've ever ghosted someone, but I have. Some of them are persistent and
You're
like,
not even
they
wrong.
don't care.
Persistent effort, you know?
They're like, I'm just gonna keep
going, man.
going. So like one day they're gonna answer.
Oh.
That was too long.
This one's not long. One time I went on a date with a dude from Tinder, and while I was on the date, I found out that he was a total racist. Wow, that's definitely
interesting.
That's definitely a turn off. That would definitely.
And off?
Yeah. bitch, you black. Oh, I went on a date with this guy who blew their nose at the table and then put the napkin near their plate. And when he saw his ex-girlfriend at the same place, it was hella awkward. At the end, he asked to split the check. He asked?
We had 2 checks, so like...
Oh my god. Do you mind if we split it?
Like, do you mind if... No, I didn't... She got that.
Right. Like, if I ordered like a chicken salad and you went with the filet with a side of lobster and you say split it, I'm like, not down the middle. I'm like, don't you split that 50-50.
I'm gonna take 1 quarter, you gonna take 3.
I'm like, we going through the drive-through next. Some place that has a drive-through is the next date. Dollar menu.
They're chuckers, you know?
This one's kind of interesting.
Which one?
We've been having a lovely time and I was hoping for an end of the night kiss. When we finally got to my house, I leaned in and he kissed me, but while doing so, he bit my lips so hard I bled.
Oh.
I played it off.
I was into it for like half a second.
Wait, she goes, I played it off. I thought it was an accident. Like, no big deal, I'm fine. He responded, no, I'm really into that. What about you?
Oh!
And he went in for another kiss and I literally just got out and went into my house. Needless to say, I never tried to see him again.
You know what the worst part is? The worst part is that I'm so socially like uncomfortable as a person that if he would have leaned in again, I would have just done it.
Honestly, I would have
I'd be so scared to be like, I would be like, my cat died, I gotta go. Right, I would have told him I loved him.
Nothing wrong with some lip biting, but to say that, like,
just
she's like, I'm fine. I'm fine, no, it's all good. Oh my god.
How do you walk in your house after, like,
bleeding from the mouth? Alright, this one's from Tyler. I once went on a Tinder date with this chick. She looked pretty good in her pictures, but I felt like something was off from the minute I got there. It took me a bit to realize that she was transgender.
Oh!
That's heavy. That's a big thing. That's a big thing to.
Very convincingly so.
Because of course I didn't want to be rude, so I just pretended I had no idea and politely told her I don't think that we should see each other again. She definitely should have said something before we went on the date.
That's a heavy topic.
That's so heavy. I would have been like,
that's a lot. It's
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that I would date someone who is transgender, like
100%.
but like I'm already not like straight,
right?
So like it's really not a stretch for me.
It's different for me.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
I think it's about that.
I think it's hard if you're
can't do
transitioning.
this, guys.
I was talking to someone who was transgender, and they told me, and I was like, oh, if you don't mind me asking, like, you know, what is it like? And they were so offended and told me it was very rude to ask someone, you know, that question. And I was like, I don't know what I've never had to do this before.
Right.
I don't know. So that's how that went for me.
That one might be the best one.
Yeah, that one might.
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming. Oh, this one's a long one.
Oh my god. This guy brought me home on the first day before going out. His parents were super nice, so I looked past it. The entire dinner told me how because he took only 2 classes at a time, he was smarter than me. And he'd get hired before me because he's a smart man. Men are the worst thing that ever happened to this fucking just to the planet.
Not even wrong.
Apparently he didn't have a job at the time because I ended up paying for the entire bill. I figured we'd at least split it, and buying the drinks, amazing. He didn't forget to bring up a grammar error in a paper of mine he corrected in class. He then proceeded to be way too close to his cat, like he was genuinely upset that I didn't want to hold his cat. That was literally hissing at me with his claws out. He then asked if I wanted to go to his room. Uh-oh. While trying to put his hands all over me, he's hammered at this point for drinks that he did not pay for, which has me shook. How dare you? I'd be like, your water. Aquafina.
Tap water.
So the Uber finally arrives, thank God. At the end of the date, I found out that he was 25, not 22, and he hasn't had a girlfriend since he was 18. I wonder why.
No.
He doesn't understand why I don't want to see him again. I see him on campus and literally run from him to this day. So to sum up, he didn't pay for anything. He bought a bunch of shit, got drunk, got mad you wouldn't hold his cat, and brought you home on the first date. Christ.
Alright, so this is from Kim. A tie, number 1. He kept harassing me about wanting to know my SAT score and kept saying things like, I bet you think that you're smarter than me. He told me that my job would one day be irrelevant. I'm a teacher.
Irrelevant.
And then he demanded I drive him back to his car. And when he got up to use the bathroom, I realized a button on my shirt had come undone and I was basically flashing him.
Now it's a date.
2. Yeah, this is a different date.
Okay, we moved on.
A guy wanted to surprise me. He took me to an arcade where he was competitively playing Dance Dance Revolution for an hour against 13-year-olds.
Would have put my phone.
I was not allowed to play. It says I was not allowed to play.
She goes, we were probably 27.
A fellow, wait, oh my god, we have this in common. This is from Anthony.
That's your name. That's my name. Not me though.
So this is from Anthony. I'm not gonna say his last name because I don't know if they want people to know. He literally fell asleep. Been there. I've been there, my friend. Literally 10 minutes after the date started. Oh well, he lasted longer than mine did. And then when I went to leave, I got lost and couldn't find the garage my car was parked in and had to walk around Lower Manhattan for an hour in the freezing cold trying to find it. You win. You win.
That sucks. I'm sorry, Aunt.
My dad fell asleep at the movies and I was trying to figure out if I should switch seats so when he woke up I was in a different seat, if I should leave, but then I paid so I wasn't fucking leaving.
Oh my god, the one I just read was... Alright, ready? This is the shortest one. He told me his secret talent is knowing what you ate by...
That's disgusting.
Turn the camera off. Turn the camera off.
That's disgusting.
We're done for the day.
That's disgusting.
Where's my manager?
Here's from Brad. Met up with someone at Moore's with her friend and she wasn't really paying much attention to me and it got really awkward. I got bored, so I just dipped on her and she paid for my drinks.
Is that the guy from the other date that someone else but that Lauren posted about?
It might
We
be.
just figured
Brad,
some
you'll
shit out.
forever be one of my best friends.
I love you, Brad, so
Oh my
much.
God.
Wait, here's a really short one. She forgot deodorant, so I left.
Yeah, John.
That definitely be something I'd stop for.
Come on. During the summer Tinder date, got completely catfished. Faked a family emergency. She drove an hour and a half and brought her guy friend with her. They were at my house for 3 minutes.
We found the worst one because that doesn't qualify as a date. That's a shindig.
That's a soiree. 3 minutes. Wow.
I have been on dates where they showed up with their friend.
Oh, here's
It's like, didn't we plan something?
Right, right. I'm like, oh, I didn't know we were in a group chat when we planned it. There was a Facebook event.
Okay, so here's another one. This girl used to only communicate with me in voice memos. She asked me to hang out like 3 weeks from next Tuesday. The day she wanted to hang out rolls around. Now I had completely forgotten all about this.
You had 4 weeks to prepare.
Right, like get your shit together, Shannon. Come on. God, you just strung her along.
I'm kidding, I swear.
We're kidding, we're on your side. She sends me a voice memo saying that she's on her way, halfway through Freehold, driving from like an hour away with her borrowed dad's car. I said I had homework and she sent me a really scary voice memo crying. I met her for coffee in public so she wouldn't know where I lived. And she started asking if she could sleep over my house. I had a friend call me and pretend I had to go get him. Never got a voice memo again.
Yo, Facebook loves a good
Yo,
friend emergency. I've never had to use like an SOS.
There's
Yo,
some
me either.
wild people out there.
I've never had to use a friend SOS. Right?
How does that work?
When the guy fell asleep, I texted you guys and I was flipping out. We moved through it.
I think we read all of them. I think we did.
I think that's all of them.
Alright guys, that is all of them.
Y'all have been through it.
Yeah, y'all went through it, man.
I don't even know where half the type of people.
Yeah, I don't even know where everyone.
Now.
I think every single person finds these people on the internet, like Tinder.
Which is hard because I've been on some normal Tinder dates. I really have. I've been on some Tinder dates that were normal, but the worst ones weren't from Tinder. The worst ones were people I knew.
Honestly, you're right. And the best ones were from people that I've never seen again. So, feels good.
It's days later.
Okay, yeah,
It's days
so the
later.
camera died, or honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, I don't even know what happened. The camera timed out and didn't get us filming the ending.
What should have been a short ending, but has now turned into a long ending.
It has now turned into a long ending, which is now days in the making because we did those reactions 2 days ago. But I didn't want to leave you guys without an ending. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was so much fun, and we're definitely gonna do something like this again. Do you have something to say?
I do.
What?
I was gonna say, if there's anything that you guys want to see us do, let us know.
Yeah, let
Like,
us
if there's
know, 'cause-
challenges where you're like, I want them to do this.
Right, we
I'll
have a
watch
couple.
it.
We have a couple in mind that we're gonna do. Just like keep watching our stuff, share it, comment, subscribe
Follow us on everything.
on everything.
Everything in life. Follow us down the street.
We're desperate.
Mm.
Thank you. Bye.